Alright everyone, welcome back to All Wings Everything, and I am your cook Spinelli, the self-proclaimed wing king. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make Carolina Mustard BBQ Wings. Now I had a subscriber send me a message saying, could you please show me how to make a barbecue sauce, or could you please make a barbecue sauce, because I guess they wanted to do some grilling and make some barbecue chicken or some ribs. So what I decided to do over the next maybe 2 to 3 videos, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 3 different types of barbecue sauce. So I'm going to start this video with the Carolina Mustard barbecue sauce. Man, this sauce is delicious, I'm telling you guys. So go ahead, let's pay attention. Get in your kitchen. I'm already in mine. Let's go. All right, so here are the ingredients we're going to use for today's recipe. We have our Publix green washed chicken, onion powder, honey, chili powder, garlic powder, ketchup, dried oregano leaves, olive oil, ground mustard, apple cider vinegar, black pepper, hot sauce, Worcestershire sauce, smoked paprika, ground red pepper, yellow mustard, sea salt, brown sugar, and in this red container we have Chipotle peppers and Adobe sauce. So these are the ingredients we're going to use today. It's a lot, folks, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is season our chicken. So what we have 1/4 cup of dark brown sugar. We have 1 tablespoon of sea salt, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, or you can use sweet paprika, it doesn't matter, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground red pepper, and we're going to use 2 teaspoons of oregano. So these are the ingredients we're going to use to season the chicken. And again, I've already cut and cleaned the chicken, so let's move on. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our season blend. So you want to take your ground red pepper, add it to an empty dish, add your ground mustard, then your paprika, next your black pepper, your onion powder, your garlic powder, your brown sugar, your sea salt, and lastly your oregano leaves. And you want to give this a good mix to combine the ingredients. Make sure you take all the lumps out of the brown sugar. And this is what it should look like. So let's move on. So the next step we're going to do is season the chicken. You're not going to use all this seasoning mix unless you have a whole lot of chicken. So I'm going to start off with about a tablespoon of the mix and sprinkle it over my chicken. And I'm going to do another tablespoon. Then I'm going to give it a good mix. You guys know I like my chicken well seasoned. So now what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to use another tablespoon. So I'm going to add this tablespoon. And after that, give it a good mix. Take a look at it. And let's move on. All right, so now it's time to prepare our Carolina Mustard barbecue sauce. So what we have here, we have 1 cup of yellow mustard, 1/4 cup of honey, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of your hot sauce, a 1/2 tablespoon of chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon of ketchup, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. So these are the ingredients we're going to use for this barbecue sauce. So let's move on. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our Worcestershire sauce and add it to our dish with our yellow mustard. Next, add your hot sauce, your olive oil, your apple cider vinegar, your salt, your ground red pepper, your chili powder, your paprika, black pepper, garlic powder, your brown sugar, your ketchup, and lastly, your honey. And you want to give this a good mix to combine all the ingredients. This is not the final step for the sauce, but I like to mix it in the bowl first to kind of let the ingredients incorporate. And then we're going to finish cooking it over the stove. So go ahead, give it a good mix. This is what it looks like, and we'll move on. What we're going to do now is we're going to line our baking sheet and spray our grates. Again, spraying your grates keeps your chicken from sticking on the pan. Also, lining your baking sheet is easier for cleanup after you finish cooking. So go ahead and do both, and I'll see you in the next step. All right, so now what we're going to do is place our chicken pieces on the pan, skin side down, 1/2 inch to 1 inch apart. Try not to overcrowd your pan, like always. So go ahead, add your chicken pieces, and I'll see you in the next step. All right, so now it's time to add these bad babies into the oven. I've already preheated the oven to 400 degrees. So we're going to stick these bad babies in here, and we're going to allow them to cook for 55 minutes. Turn them over halfway through the cooking process. As always, we like to cook our wings on both sides. So go ahead, set your timer, and I'll see you in 27 minutes. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take that sauce and we're going to pour it into a pan or a pot, whichever one you have. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring this to a boil. Let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on boil. Then you're going to reduce the heat. Allow it to simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes. Then we're going to remove it from the pan, add it back to a bowl, and reserve it until the wings are done. So I've already added our Chipotle peppers and Adobe sauce. I didn't show you that, but as you can see, if you look at the mixture, it is in the mixture. So don't forget, you don't have to do this if you don't want it. You don't want any heat in your wings. You don't have to add it, but I went ahead and added it. All right. And this is how it looks, and we'll move on. All right. So now we're halfway through the cooking process. We're 27.5 minutes in. So what we're going to do is going to take those chicken pieces, go ahead and flip them over to allow them to cook the remaining of the time on the other side. And I'll see you guys in the next step. All right, so now we are done with the cooking process. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some of that barbecue sauce, and I'm going to brush the wings with the barbecue sauce, stick them back in the oven for about 1 to 2 minutes. And then once I pull them back out, we're going to do the other side for 1 to 2 minutes also. So go ahead, brush your chicken with the barbecue sauce, put it back, stick it back in for 1 to 2 minutes, pull it back out, turn them over, brush the other side, stick them back in 1 to 2 minutes, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, guys, these wings are completely done. We've brushed them on both sides, stuck them back in the oven. So now let's move them over here to the counter. Let's take a good look at them. Look at that, guys. You see how the sauce thicken up over the wings? This is what you want. This is how barbecue is. Barbecue is not a thin sauce. I'm from Alabama, trust me, I know. All right. Let's move on to the next step. All right, so what you're going to do now is you're going to remove your chicken pieces, add them to an empty bowl, and we're going to coat these wings again with some additional sauce. As always, guys, you don't have to do this step. You can eat them just like they are, but you know how I am. I like to take things to the extreme, so I'm going to add some more sauce to it. So go ahead, grab your sauce, and what you want to do is you want to take a couple spoonfuls and spoon it over your chicken. Use as much or as little as you need. You don't need a whole lot since you've already brushed your chicken pieces. Cover it up. Do a little shake it, bake it, shake it, shake it. Remove the lid. And look what we have, folks. All right, so let's move on. All right, so what you want to do now is you just want to transfer those wings from the bowl to a clean plate. Guys, these wings smell absolutely delicious. All right, let's take a look at them. Let's move on. And there you have it, guys. Carolina Mustard BBQ Wings. This is what I'm talking about. You already know these are good groceries. Guys, look at that. They look delicious. Guys, take a look at that. Guys, this is how you want your wings to look. And you really want them to smell like this. I wish you guys can smell it. These things are absolutely, they look delicious, they smell delicious, and I'm going to verify and confirm that they taste delicious in just a second. All right, guys, so now it's time for me to do a little quality control and grab me one of these wings. Take a look at that. Guys, these wings are delicious. All right, guys, that's all I have for today. I appreciate you for coming out, sticking with me through this video. And guys, don't forget to like the video, comment below, share the video with your family, co-workers, and friends. If you need the recipe, it's in the video description below, along with the measurements. And I will see you guys in my next video. And if you're looking for more wing recipes, go ahead and click these links right here that you see. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.